Here we are, week 11, our getting back to Sanibel after Hurricane Ian evacuation update. Don't have many updates, do we?
Not a whole lot. Still have nothing from insurance, nothing from FEMA. My FEMA application got withdrawn again.
How many times has that been?
This would be the second time it's gotten withdrawn because they had me send in a form to have a third party show it, because we're going to have our adjuster Chad from Tailored Loss Consultants show it to the FEMA inspector. And the inspector said they didn't have that on. She couldn't see that, blah, blah, blah. So I had to get withdrawn because somebody at FEMA didn't put something in right. So then I have to reapply again and send in a letter stating why I had to reapply. And then, so now we've started the clock again on that. So
yeah, so if you think that FEMA is going to be there to help you as soon as you go through any kind of a life situation, a weather event, it is not going to happen soon. That's for sure. Again, if you hear some noise in the background, it's Minnie Pearl drinking water every time.
We did get an update. Our motorhome was hoping to be ready about the first week of January. So hopefully
it's being repaired. What was wrong with it? So
a new starter and a new fuel shutoff solenoid of some sort.
And we're going to have it looked over.
And they're going to do some checks on it, stuff like that. So we can get it back down to Florida.
Yep. We're still not in a super big hurry. We want to get home, but traffic is still terrible on the island.
We've seen a video from a few people on the island, like some neighbors
and stuff. Neighbors.
And from what I understand from talking to our neighbor across the street, our street and our neighborhood it looks pretty good. There's not a lot of stuff around. All the trash has been picked up, but down along some of the main roads, like West Gulf Drive,
that's where the beach is. The
piles and huge mountains of trash. Kind of looks like Idiocracy from the some of the.
It looks like Trash
videos.
Island.
It's just trash everywhere, just huge mounds of trash and.
Because FEMA is done with their pickup, right? Because it was only categorized as a 4 officially.
Even though we were 1 mile per hour off.
Yeah, but to get it categorized as a 5, they would have had to do more, and
they would have to pay more until whenever.
Yeah, so if it's a category 5 hurricane, then FEMA would stick around for longer, but because it was a 4, they only stayed for a certain amount of time. So now it's up to the state of Florida to do the rest of the cleanup, basically.
Yeah.
It is not just Sanibel. Again, I'm going to keep reiterating that it is a lot of Southwest Florida.
Fort Myers Beach, Cape Coral, Punta Gorda. I mean, even all the way up to Punta Gorda. Naples. I mean, there's a lot of damage everywhere in Southwest Florida.
Yeah. The Postal Service still is not doing any mail delivery services on the island. So as we said last week, we have done a backup plan. Thankfully, to Dustin at Pack and Ship, he's made it to where he can get our mail for us, and we are just paying a minimal cost. So that is a good thing. But it's not just Sanibel that is lacking mail service. The post office on Captiva is opening back up. That's just, a few miles away, but it's all a frustration. It's a frustration. But people in Fort Myers are not getting mail delivery service. Not all of Fort Myers, but certain areas as well. It's just it makes us feel like our life is being put on pause, and that's a really hard thing to deal with. It's very frustrating. We still are trying to look at it with some sort of positive attitude and belief that it will work out for everybody in the end. I know it will, but it's still, when your life gets put on pause unexpectedly for anything, whether it's a weather event, a loss of a job, an illness in your family or with yourself, it's a hard thing. It's anything that's unexpected.
And this is an ongoing process. I mean, like, we haven't even got to where we'll even be able to start repairs anytime soon. So that's just what's going to,
Yeah, we're fortunate still. We're still fortunate to have a house standing, and it's not livable because you have to understand that Sanibel stays warm year round. And yes, it's going to go through a cold spell soon, but we use our air conditioner in January sometimes, and our air conditioners are definitely, they have to be replaced.
The outside units are shot, and we have no money from flood yet to be able to get them repaired. So we're just waiting.
Yeah.
Hopefully they're available.
Everything's
Yeah.
in limbo, and
Yeah.
that being patient is the hardest thing for a lot of humans to do. So we're just going to keep on updating people. Again, this is week 11. The state of Florida does have a law that states that your insurance has 90 days to get you some kind of a check. So we're getting close to that 90
Yeah.
days. Very, very close. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we can at least get a loss of use check, because you have to think, like, everybody that had to evacuate had to go and stay somewhere and had to front their own money for a lot of the items necessary for living, because some people evacuated and took nothing with them at all, and so they're having to front their own money for a lot of things. So just keep Southwest Florida in your prayers.
Hopefully within the next month something can start getting moving. We're planning on hopefully trying to get back within the next month or so. We're just playing it by ear at this point, and hoping the weather doesn't get too bad.
I just want our RV to get replaced or fixed, and I just want to get back and then figure out what we do next.
Yep.
Because we know we
We'll
still have
figure it
a lot of life to live and a lot of
Yeah.
fun adventures to go on. So this, again, just one little bump in the road, and we'll make it. We'll make it work. We know that the school is trying to get in session
in January.
On the island. And so Sandcap Road, which is the road that the school is on, it looks pretty good from talking to our neighbors that are living in their homes. And there's really not a whole lot of other business. I mean, some restaurants, very few, and some businesses. And that's about it.
That's about it.
That's our update. So stay tuned for week 12 next week. Bye.
Bye.